So I'm a used car dealer and I sell cars that are under $5,000, and lately prices have been dropping like a rock. So we've been able to buy a lot more cars. We recently just bought 30 cars to bring in here to my car dealership to get ready and to sell. And throughout this video, I'm actually going to go through what we bought, how much I paid for it, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to sell it for. So you'll be able to find out exactly how much I'm trying to make on each and every one of these cars. All right, this is definitely one I want to show you. I love these cars, these big body Lexus. I love Lexus to begin with, but even taking a step further on these big body ones, just because they ride good, like big boats just floating on the road. It's a 2007. It's an LS 460. And we paid $2,600 for it at the auction. We have a $240 buyer fee, so we have a total of $2,865 in this. We're going to have our inspection in it too, so it's going to put us right at $2,900. Probably something we're going to be able to price for $4,500. If it's super nice, $5,000, and would be a pretty quick sell for us. Buy a lot of these cars. I really like them. Anything Lexus, anything Toyota, anything Honda. I mean, we got a Honda right here. I got another Honda right here. I got another Toyota Avalon that's right here behind me. Try to buy a lot of those. Those are my favorite things to put on my car dealership, especially something like that. Someone can buy that for under $5,000 and it's a good looking car. Usually we can't say that. Usually we're buying and selling cheap cars. They're not going to look great. They're going to be Hyundais. They're going to be Kias, Kia Souls. They're going to be Jeep products. That's what we can typically buy to be able to sell under our price range. But when we can get Hondas that look good, when we get Toyotas that look good, when we get a Lexus that looks good, those are the types of things that we move very quickly, and I like to buy them as much as possible. Again, right around $3,000, probably $4,500 car for us, home run. So here's one I can actually show you on my dealership that we've already had priced. So this is a 2014 Subaru Outback. We have $1,900 in it. So we paid $1,500 for it at the auction. After buyer's fee, after transport, after cleanup, after inspection, after repairs, everything, we've got $1,900 in this car. And you can see what we priced it for is $3,000 car. 2014 Subaru, in my opinion, great price for $3,000, and this is what we're able to do when we don't necessarily price off what the car is worth, because a lot of other dealers are going to sell this car for $5,000, $5,500. We would rather do volume. We want to turn and burn. And when a lot of other dealers are slower right now, we can actually take a lot more, at least in our area, a lot more customers because we're able to price our cars so much lower. A lot of other car dealers, they have floor plans. They have extra fees that they have to actually pay on top of these cars that I don't have to pay. We pay cash for all of our cars. So we're able to still keep our margins high while keeping the cost of the car low because we don't put a lot of expense into the car. Just on these extra fees that a lot of those dealers pay just to buy their inventory. Then on top of that, when customers come into our dealership to buy a car, well, there's no dock fees, there's no recon fee, there's no anything extra. So we have that also added advantage that a lot of other car dealers they don't experience because they want to gouge customers. All right, so I was just talking to Nate, my sales manager, and he was telling me about some of the cars that we've had come in, and one of them was like a 2014 Ford Fusion that we only paid $1,000 for. And he was asking me, how's that even happen? And he drove it, drives great, nothing wrong with it. We're going to be able to instantly get it inspected and put it out for sale after we clean it up. But I was telling him, like, this used to happen all the time. Now, Nate, my sales manager, I hired him, I think it was like right before COVID. So he's not really had a big experience in what a car market should look like. And we're getting more to where dealers aren't paying crazy prices for the cars that I'm buying. At least I know different markets do different things, and we still don't have the amount of cars that we used to. But in this case of this Ford Fusion that me and him were talking about, well, we can go to an auction. The auction that we got this from has 4 or 5 lanes, and if there's just not a craze for cars, well, you can have cars that actually fall through the cracks. And if you don't have 2 or 3 dealers own a car, then Alex, my mechanic who bought this car, he can be in the lane and he knows he wants to pay probably $1,500 to $2,000 to $2,500 on the car, whatever. So he'll start it out. He'll throw one finger up when it goes to the auction, and he'll be the highest bidder on it at that point. The car will roll out, and the auctioneer will still try to get bids from other dealers. But if there are no other dealers that are interested, or if there's just no one around, because lately there's been a lot fewer dealers actually showing up at auctions, because we're slow right now. We're slow right now. Other dealers are slow. It's car market slow, right? So that takes dealers that load their inventory up, and they can't really buy more inventory right now, so they just don't show up at the auction. So something like that can fall through the cracks. Alex that put his one finger up for $1,000, car rolls out, no one else bids on it. On the seller sheet, they're not in the car or anything, because it's a trade-in. It's a cheaper car trade-in. So they're, in a lot of cases, they're on paper not in these cars at all, because they made their money on the front end of the vehicle. They made some money on the back end of selling products or whatever. So they're in these cars zero money. So what they have written on their sheet is just sell it. No matter what, if it would have brought $300, they still would have sold it. So that can fall through the cracks. And it used to happen all the time, because on top of dealers not really trying to load up with cars, and then also having tons and tons of inventory coming in from new car trade-ins at these franchise dealers, this would happen to us all the time. Hasn't been the case over the last few years, but now we're starting to see it pop up here and there, just a little bit. The problem is there's not enough inventory still at these new car dealer auctions, because the trade-ins are still not there, because people aren't buying new cars. That's one of the big problems that we're having to face right now, is just the quantity of cars that are at the auctions just not there. But we're seeing that dealers are not so desperate to buy cars right now at these auctions. So that is a big tailwind for my business going forward, because if we can get more inventory, if we can get more trade-ins pumped into the market right now, then what we can have is we can have our golden era again, which I experienced from probably 2015 to about 2019, where my dealership experienced hyper growth, where we went from selling like 20 cars a month up to, at the end of 2019, we're selling 90 to 100 cars a month. If we can get back to that volume, that's something that my dealership can get back to. And right now, we're hovering right there in the middle. I think last month we sold like 65, 70 cars, somewhere around there. I want to get that extra 50% bump, but we need volume from new car dealers, so I can get trade-ins, so I can get the quantity of cars at these dealer auctions. It's going to help us greatly. Hopefully we can get back there. So check this out. I want to point this out, because these are cars that we have not been able to buy in like 5 years. This is a 2014 Honda Civic. We can buy Civics, we can buy Accords, we can buy Camrys, we can buy Corollas, but the ones we have to buy are like 2005, 2006, 2007, 2008, and something this new, a 2014, would never make it to my car dealership for as cheap as I would need to buy it, so I could sell it for under $5,000. This one we paid $2,800 for at auction. Everything said and done, we got about $3,100 in it, and we're going to be able to sell this car for, there's no chance we can't sell it for like $4,500. Somewhere around there is what we're going to price it for, just because it's crazy to just see how the car market has changed in such a very short amount of time, where cars that are like a 2014 Civic, we didn't even look at. But now we start looking at those cars, and then we can actually buy them and sell them for a price point that I can put on my dealership, where my customer can buy it for $5,000 or under. And another one of my favorites here, this is a 2008 Toyota Avalon. We paid $2,200 for it. Everything said and done, we got about $2,500 in it. Probably gonna be a $3,500 to $4,000 car whenever we actually price it. All these cars that are sitting around here, they will be on my lot very soon, because this is basically the final stages. We have them ready to be detailed. We got a detail company that comes in here. Since we bought so many cars over the last week and a half, about 30, we had to actually even separate the days that they would come. They usually come and get like 15 to 20 cars knocked out in one day, but we had over 30 for them to clean up. So they got about 15 or 20 done yesterday, and then this is the rest of them that they're going to get done today. And then we're going to get them out, get them posted, and try to get as many sold as possible, as quickly as possible. We're still trying to load up for tax time. So if we sell a lot of cars, then it puts more pressure on me, on Alex, to buy more cars at the auction. But that's a pressure that I want, because that means that we're selling cars, we're making some money. Just 3 days ago, we sold 8 cars in one day. It's the end of towards the end of the year. This is the slowest that we're going to be all year round, and that hit us. And I don't understand why. Maybe it's just prices and what we're able to offer versus what other car dealers are able to offer right now. But we don't have 8 car days in December. That doesn't happen. So I'm happy about it. I'm also scared because we're supposed to add about 10 cars to our inventory every week from now until tax time hits us, so I can have that 150 car number that I'm trying to hit whenever tax checks roll around. But we've even with buying as many cars as we have over the last 2 weeks, we've only added like 5 cars net. So that's worrisome for me, but it's a good problem. It's a good problem, and I'm going to figure it out. So make sure you stay tuned so you can see what I actually am able to get done. And here's another Honda Civic. It's a 2011, but we actually paid more for this car. Just to give you an example of, okay, us just buying a car because we know what we can sell it for. Even though we paid less for that 2014, doesn't mean that we should now pay less for this. If we can sell that one for $4,500 and sell this one for $4,500 too, just because we know with it being a Civic, I got a car alarm going off. It happens all the time. But this one also is something that we're going to be able to pay. We'll be able to sell for $4,500. We paid $2,900 for this. It's probably going to be $3,200 when everything's said and done after we add up the buyer fee, everything like that. Easy $4,500 car on a lot. I think somebody who's going to buy that 2014 is going to get a little bit better deal because they're going to be roughly the same price. But either way, I think they're both good deals, good buys on our part. And I just love seeing Hondas, Toyotas, Lexus, all these cars that I love to buy are now, because prices are dropping, they're now working into the level where we can start buying them again and buying a lot of them. And as you watch this channel, make sure you subscribe so you can see what I'm buying in the future. You're going to start seeing a lot more Hondas, Toyotas, Lexus on my lot, as opposed to what we've had to buy over the last few years. Kias, Hyundais, not my favorite cars, but we still have to buy them to sell them. Customers do like them, just not my favorites. Now we can get more into some of my favorite cars because prices are coming down. So I can give you a little inside look at some of my frustrations and some of my pricing methods and how I go about actually trying to make money on these cars. So I have this Mercedes right here. I've had it now for 2 weeks. I made a whole video about it showing the process of going from buying it at auction all the way to getting it fixed, getting it inspected, get it cleaned up, putting it out here on the lot, posting it online. And I thought I'd put it out here for a price that was going to move immediately. Well, we're 2 weeks later now, and I still have it out here, and $3,500 is what I initially priced it at. It's a 99. It's got 140,000 miles, I think. Drives great. One of the better cars that I think I have on the lot right now. But sometimes I get things wrong, and we got about $2,200 in this, and I thought $3,500 is a good price. Apparently not. We've had one test drive on it in 2 weeks. The guy said that he was going to, as soon as he got his check next week, he was going to come in and buy it. Well, every time I get that story about somebody getting their check in a few days, I never see that person again. So obviously that's not a realistic lead for us on this car. Only one test drive, not a whole lot of leads. That tells me that it's priced wrong. I'm glad it's that situation and not that we have a lot of test drives where the price is probably right, but they're finding something wrong with the car, something undesirable about the car that they don't want, because that's a little bit tougher to fix. Lowering the price is easier. So I can actually, what we're going to do is we're going to drop this price by $500. That's what we do. If I put a car out here, try to hit a home run on it, this one, $3,500, we're going to make, what, $1,300 on it. That's a home run for us. On average, we'll make about $1,000 a car. But with this one, sits for 2 weeks. This is across all my cars. If I have a car sit for 2 weeks, not a lot of leads, not a lot of test drives, not a lot of interest in the car, tells me that the price is wrong on this car. The price is wrong on this car, so today this thing's dropping to $3,000, and that's how we go about working our prices. And I really want that car to sell because I've got this video all filmed and everything like that, and I'm waiting till it actually sells to be able to get the video finished. But that's just the situation I'm dealing with it now. Frustration because I thought the price was good. Apparently I'm wrong. I can get things wrong. I've been doing it 14 years. I still get things wrong. I think I know what customers will pay for cars. We're also at a time point where it's a little bit slower during the year right now for us and for all used car dealers. So that could factor into it too. People are holding on to their money. Just the way that the economy is right now, maybe it's just going to be slower as far as moving cars. But if hopefully it doesn't sit another 2 weeks after we lower this today by $500, because I really want to get the video out. So Anyway, that's what I'm dealing with now. Every 2 weeks we drop our prices by 500 bucks. I like big round numbers. I don't want to drop it by 200 bucks. No, $500, $500, $500. And then if you can do the math on what we try to initially price our cars at, well, at the end of 6 weeks of us having a car on our lot, we're usually either breaking even or losing a little bit of money. I don't want stale inventory on my lot. We got new cars coming in. I don't want to compete with myself. New inventory is going to instantly compete with old inventory on my lot. I want to move it, turn and burn, turn and burn. That's what we do here at my car dealership.